So today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about lesson number 3, displaying data and describing the trends. So we're on page 11. Now one way to display our data is to do it manually on our graph paper or grid paper. Later on, we're also going to show or display data on our graphing calculator. So we're going to do that later. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to just jump into example number 1. It says here, enter the following coordinates onto our calculator and inspect the graph. Now before we go and do the calculator piece, I want us to look at this on our page first. Okay, so enter the following coordinates on the grid. Plot the points on the grid. Okay, we did that yesterday. So -4, -5. Okay, so if you weren't here yesterday, we said that we always start at the origin. Origin is at 0, 0. And then this is your x-axis, x. There's x there, it's really, really tiny. And then this is your y-axis, the vertical. And in the middle is it's called origin or the coordinate 0, 0. So if you want to do, if we want to plot -4, 5, -4, -5, you start at 0, 0 and move into the left 4, because it's always the x and then the y, -4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, left 4, and then -5 means down 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we put a dot there that shows that's the location of our point, and then we're gonna call that point A, so we put A right beside it. Okay. Now let's take a look at point B. Point B is at 3, 2. 3, 2. So where do we start? We start at the origin. Okay, we start at the origin, 0, 0, and then we're gonna go to 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3, and then +2, that means up to 1, 2. So you put a dot there on that particular point, and then we're gonna put a little b right beside it that shows that that particular point is point B, 3, 2. Okay. Now let's take a look at letter C. Letter C. -3, 6. So you're starting at 0, 0. Starting at 0, 0. And you're gonna go to the left 3 and then up 6. 1, 2, 3 to the left and then 6 up. Now we're gonna put a C right beside it. Okay, so far so good. And then finally letter D would be 2, -5. So starting at 0, 0, you're gonna go move 2 to the right and then 5 down. That's where you are. So we've plotted on a grid those 4 points, A, B, C, and D. Now I'm going to ask you, which point is in quadrant 2? C. So we talked about yesterday different quadrants. Quad means 4, so 4 regions in our Cartesian plane. So C is in quadrant 2. Um, what point is in quadrant 4?
D.
D. Yeah, so this is quadrant 4, D. What point is in quadrant 1?
B.
B? B. And what point is on quadrant 3? A. Is there any point on the x-axis? Are there any points on the x-axis?
No.
No? Okay. Are there any point or points on the y-axis? No. Yeah, very good, very good. So, the next thing that we're gonna do is, I'm doing this on the graph paper first before moving on to the graphing calculator, which we will start today. So, you take a look at this. What if, okay, now as you can see here, I can zoom it in. Yeah, that's very, very close, right? Very close. Which quadrants can I see? Which quadrants can I see when I zoom the camera in? All 4 of them, right? I can see all 4 quadrants. Now, if I go like this, very, very blurry. What quadrant do you see? Quadrant 1. I can't make it any closer, so can I do it any closer? Probably not. I can only see quadrant 1, right? So I can zoom it in. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use our graphing calculator and get used to the calculator piece. Now, there is no opting out. If you have a graphing calculator, fantastic. If you borrowed one from the library, great, you use that. If you don't have one, remember your number. You only take what's your number, okay? Because if it goes missing, guess what? Who they're gonna ask? Moses. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I'll open that up, okay? I want to remind us again, few things. Please return the calculators back because our class is not the only class that uses a calculator. And also, if you still have calculator 42 and you happen to forget to give it back, you can give it back to me. You can give it back to the library if you don't want to give it back to me. So yeah, it's just that we're still missing number 42, and if you have it, please give it back. Okay. So another thing too is that you put it back where the number is. So if your number is 35, make sure you put it in that spot. Okay, don't mix it around, because that's what happened to us, and then we kind of got confused last time. So inside this cabinet, there's a piece of paper. It tells you which calculator number that is assigned to you. Only take that one. If somebody has taken that, then they're gonna go like, "Where's my calculator?" Okay, it's gonna create a mess. So let's go. Come up and get your calculator. Sure, the numbers are over here. I double booked that. If your calculator is not working, don't just come up here and grab another calculator, okay? It could be just the battery. Oh, sorry. Okay, everybody has one. Okay. Now, I didn't tell you this before, but I know some people already know this. I know that these calculators are not for you to take home, for you to use, but what you could do is you can go to the library, okay, and Sadi, can I borrow? You can go to the library and you can sign out.
It's just wondering, right?
Yeah, let me explain it. You can actually sign out a calculator and it's a 1-day loan. So you would require a card, your student card, and Wendy will sign it out for you. It has a barcode. So you will just check it out as if you're checking out a book. Now, let's say you didn't, you borrowed one today. Tomorrow it's due, and if you still need it, you just check it out again. You keep checking it out, okay? So that's one way that you could do some of your work at home. You check out a library, from the library, a graphing calculator, and it's under your name, okay? And then last time, I think I told you that you can download the app. It's a free app. And if you need help with that, you could, let me know. Okay, so what we're gonna do, you have yours? No, it's not. You need one, Mesfin.
That up with Samsung or Apple?
On Android, so Samsung only. So everybody has one, right? Good? Does it work? Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna get the calculator to plot these points, all 4 points, okay? So you're gonna work with me. Don't miss out on some instruction. Don't get distracted on other things because I'll be pressing some stuff and it's hard to, it's like, oh, okay, I'm not there and I'm not there. It's difficult. It's difficult, especially with us. If I have like 3 or 4, easy. 40, not easy. Okay, so I need your undivided attention, please. And I ask that very politely. So, what we're gonna do is turn it on. Well, that's easy, okay? And I'm gonna ask you to press the window key. Window key. Where's the window key?
Window.
Window. So window. Okay.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. I think it doesn't work. Oh, you gotta turn it on. See, that's the first thing. You gotta turn it on. Press the window key. Now, what do you see on your window key? My window key, my window is probably different from yours. Cheyenne, can I politely ask that you close it off? Thank you. Window key. So, your numbers here is actually different than mine, most likely, right? So, everyone agree. What actually this is you are defining what your axis is, what your axis is gonna be. So, the regular axis is this. The standard axis is this. X-axis, Y-axis. Your minimum is -10. Your maximum is +10. Okay? So this is what your axis is. From -10 to 10. Your minimum is -10. Your maximum is +10. And then you're gonna see the word X, XSCL. XSCL. It means scale. What it means is that what does the tick mark equal to? Okay? So right now on mine it says 1. It means we are going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? And then it's -1, -2, up to -10. Okay? Now, the other thing too in standard window is that the y-axis is also from -10 to +10. That means the lowest y is -10, and then the maximum y is +10. Okay, so this is what the standard window looks like. Okay, does that look like a standard window to you? No, right? Because the standard window should go from -10 to +10 on the x-axis and -10 to +10 on the y-axis. So the easy way to change a window to standard window is going to press, okay, press zoom. Press zoom.
What if your calculator already says,
Oh yeah, that's okay. If your cells just keep going, so press zoom. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna zoom 6. Zoom 6. Zoom 6. And you just press 6. Yeah.
6?
You can just press 6. Okay?
Error key number
Invalid error? Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, now there's a problem.
number 1 key, number 2. It just flash and go.
Okay. Now you're gonna see, you're gonna encounter some errors on your calculator, right? There's error on the calculator. There's error in a whole bunch of stuff. Okay? Like I'm telling you, it's one thing to learn the math, another thing to learn the calculator. So here's the thing. Okay? Here's what we can do. You can go to press y equals. Press y equals. Y equals. Press y equals. Where's the y equals? Y equals up here.
But it doesn't change.
Press y equals.
For me, it doesn't. It doesn't change.
Oh, yeah. Oh, just quit it. Quit.
Right?
So if you get an error, okay, just quit. Just say I quit. Quit. Now there's many reasons why you're gonna get an error. Okay, there's many reasons why you're gonna get an error, and then sometimes it's just a matter of getting used to the calculator. So here's what you could do. If you have something on your y equals, get rid of it. Press clear.
It's
Okay, if you have nothing, then that's okay. If you have something, press clear.
fine. Okay. So,
Okay, if you have nothing, press clear. If you have something, press clear. Okay, you clear it up.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's in P. So what should I do after?
Hmm?
It's in P. What should I do after?
Yeah. Well, we don't have any. Yeah. Okay. Clear. Right equals to clear. Okay. Ready? It's good. So now press zoom 6 again. Zoom 6. Zoom 6.
Now it comes.
Zoom 6. Okay. Now, is everything free of stuff? Like nothing is on your screen?
Yeah.
Now, here's what we're gonna do. Okay? That's okay. Don't panic. Okay. I'll tell you this. What we're gonna do is we're going to enter these values.
Okay.
I know exactly what is happening to your calculator. What we're gonna do is we're gonna enter these values in our graphing calculator so it can plot all these 4 points. Okay? Plot all these 4 points. So, I know we haven't really talked about the table of values, and I'm pretty sure some of you have experienced that. Table of values is an x and y value. X and y values. So here, the coordinate points -4, -5. Which one's your x? -4. Which one's your y? -5. Okay. Let's go to the next one. 3, 2. What's your x?
3.
What's your y? Letter C, -3, 6. What's your x? What's your y? 6. D is 2 for x, -5 for y. Okay. So, from here, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna enter these values on the list. So enter the values on list. Okay, so this one would be on list 1, and then the y would be on list 2. So how do we do that? How do we do that? So we go press stat. Okay, so go to your calculator and press stat. Stat, where's the stat? Stat, right there. Stat, press stat. Is everybody on this? Press. Press stat. Okay? press stat. Is everybody on this thing? Yeah. Okay. Go type in. We're gonna edit our list. Press 1 to edit. 1. Press 1 or enter. Okay. Now, if you look at mine, somebody put some values on my list. Somebody put values on my list. Is there something on your list? Yeah. Okay, well, what we're going to do is we're going to clear the list. Okay, we don't want to delete. Okay, I'm going to show you what happens when you delete a list. You don't want to delete the list. You want to clear the list. Okay, so if there's something in there, you're going to go all the way to the top. Okay, all the way to the top. Okay, go to L2. You want to clear the list. Okay, press clear. Press clear and then press enter. Okay, so that clears that list. Okay, now let's clear the L1.
Okay.
So go to the very top of L1. Okay, we're gonna clear the list. Clear. So press clear. Okay. Did you see that earlier there was a whole bunch of numbers in here, and then when you press clear, it's all gone now? Yeah? Okay. And then press enter. Okay. So your L1 and L2 are clear. Okay. Now that they're clear, we can enter these values. Okay. We're going to enter these values. Okay. Remember, this one is -4. Okay, -4. So the -4 is, the negative is this button. Okay, so type in -4, -4, and then press enter. -4, press enter. Press 3, enter. -3, enter. 2, enter. Okay, so your first X values on L1 is entered. Okay, so I'm gonna wait until everybody is done. Okay, so now go to L2. So how do you think you're gonna jump to L2?
The right.
Yeah, or you can just press the arrow key to the right side. Yeah, gonna go right side. Okay. From there, could you please type in -5 to 6 -5? You're probably thinking, oh, it's easier to just plot it in on a piece of paper than on a calculator. Like, why do we have to do this? Okay. Well, it's gonna be easier later on. Okay? Are we all in the same page? Yeah? Okay, good. So what did we do? We entered our values on L1 and L2. L1 are the X values, L2 are the Y values. Okay. So now, press graph. Press graph. Press graph. Graph this.
Although,
You don't see anything? Oh, okay. Oh, well, what did you done? Are you sure you typed in the numbers?
Oh, it seems perfect.
Now, what happened to the things that you typed? Why is it not there? Okay, why is it some people have things there and then some people don't have things there? Okay, so here it is. Hmm? Okay, so this is a calculator. I mean, obviously she has the same thing. She put the values in, they're all there, right? And then, but then if I press graph, what's the matter, right? So what happened here? This one here is that the plots are on. The stat plot is on. So we put the numbers in here and it's on. This one, it's off. So how do you turn on and off our stat plot? Okay, how can we turn it on, our stat plot? So what you could do is you can go second function, y equals. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing here. Second function, y equals. Okay, can you see the difference between the two?
Second function.
Yeah. Can you see the difference? It says here, we're gonna plot the stat plot. The plotting ability is off. And then on this one, the plot is on. So, how do you turn it on? You press enter. And then, can you see it's highlighted off? I'm gonna press enter, the on. Okay, and now press graph. It's there. Okay, so it's quite a bit of stuff. One thing to do it on a calculator, and another thing to do the math on a piece of paper. Okay? So what did we have so far? Okay, let's summarize what we have so far. What we did was we talked about the window setting, right? The standard window. We also talked about how to enter the values on L1 and L2. L1 and L2. Okay. What else did we do? And then we graphed. Okay. Now let's go back to graph. Is everybody on this? Yes. No? Okay. You probably missed something. Go to Zoom 6. Zoom 6. Yeah. So. Okay. That's why you can't be half here, half not. Okay. So what we're gonna do, remember the window setting in here is from -10 to +10. What if we change the window a bit? Okay, so go press window. Okay, everybody press window. Press window. Okay, all of us, is everybody, oh, everybody should be on this -10 to +10. Yeah? Okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna change that from 0 x min, 10 x max. Our scale will still be 1. Our y min would be 0. Y max is 10. And then our y scale is 1. Okay. How do you think that's going to change our graph? How's that going to change our graph? Okay, remember this is what it looks like, right? Okay. Yep. Press window. Okay. So what happens is it used to be, remember our standard window used to go down from -10 to +10 on the x and -10 to +10 on the y. But now what we're doing is that where are we starting on the x?
0.
We're starting at 0. We're starting at 0, 0 to 10. And what about the y? We're starting from 0 to 10. So we're actually just focusing on
The right only.
quadrant 1. Okay. So you won't be able to see quadrant 2 and quadrant 3. So let's go press that. Press graph.
Press that.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
So now you're starting to realize we can change the window.
Press what?
Thank you. Go take a break. We can change our window so that we can focus on things.
What should I press? Press what?
Window. Okay. Oh, okay. Mistake. Yeah. Okay. Go to window. Oh, y min is 0. Y min is 0. Y max is 10. Y min is 0. Y max is 10. Okay. Is that good? Okay, we're gonna change. Okay, go back to standard window. So how do you go back to the standard window? Yeah. How do you go to standard window? Zoom 6. Okay, go to zoom 6. Good. Zoom 6. Zoom 6. Now, because the zoom 6, we're in standard window, we can see everything again. What if
Whenever I go here, then I say zoom, then I say 6, look what's going to happen.
did you enter these?
Yeah, I did already. Oh, it's,
Okay.
maybe. That's what's
Oh, you didn't enter it.
I did.
Where is it?
It doesn't show. Even when I enter -4, it's-
Oh, no. No, this is -4.
yeah,
-4.
Mhm.
This is subtract 4.
okay.
3, -3, 2. Okay, enter these things. Okay, let's do one more thing. Let's change our window. Oh, no. L2. Okay. What if you wanted to show just quadrants 1 and 4. How would you change your window to show just quadrants 1 and 4? Quadrant 1 and quadrant 4. How do you change your window like that?
Why?
Okay, what would be your x min, x max?
Why is the
Yeah, x min, so you want to be x min is 0.
0?
So x min is 0. What's your x max?
10.
X max, you want to go as far as 10. So x max is 10. Okay. What about your y min?
10 max and 10 min.
Y min would be
10 max.
negative 10, right? Because you want to see down here, so you go negative 10.
Negative 10.
And what about the y max?
Positive 10.
Positive 10. Okay, so let's do that. Let's see. We're just going to focus on quadrants 1 and 4 only. 1 and 4.
Okay, so how can I window? Window.
Yeah.
Window.
Press window because that's how you change your window settings.
Min is 0. X min is 0. X max is 10. Scale is 1.
Okay, make sure you put the negative, not the subtraction, because you're gonna get an error if you put a if you subtract. So make sure it's negative. This is negative. Okay? Now let's press graph again. Do you see quadrants 1
Yeah.
and 4?
Yes.
Good. I think I'm gonna stop right here because I want to make sure that everything is put back in a cabinet. So tomorrow, what we're gonna do is we're gonna practice with this one again. Make sure you're here on time so you're not lost. And I want to remind you again, please put the calculators back. Each calculator has a number. So let's go ahead and do that.